Welcome back to the show. We're now joined by senior Billy Malone and sophomore Nathan Fitzenreider. Billy, you sat out last season. Coming into this year, what was that process like of getting back into wrestling shape to where you are now, where you're making weight every week?
At the beginning, it was pretty hard. It was getting that mentality back, but going through their preseason that the coaches put us through, after the first couple of weeks, it's just go hard and the weight will come off. You don't have to worry about it. And after like the first month and a half, I felt like I was in great shape. And at that point, it was just cutting the last 15 pounds and getting my weight adjusted down to 84.
And you're one of the few seniors on this team. What's it like? How do you be a leader on a team where the sport is so individually focused? How can you do that on a larger stage from the team standpoint?
Well, when I was a freshman, I didn't really have anyone take me under my wing, and I actually quit the sport for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. And I could see some of the freshmen what the mistakes they're making, and I try and impart like my experience. This is what I did, and it was wrong. You shouldn't have to make the same mistake. And I just try and get them to not have to go through what I had to, and like pretty much do it the easier way.
Just kind of giving these guys a real voice of somebody that has been there and experienced some of this stuff as a younger guy like you?
Yeah.
For sure. And Nathan, you were one of the two guys we talked to on Saturday, and you and Andrew both talked about the work that some of these guys have put in the offseason, doing some things differently. What were some of the things you guys did?
Me and Zobak, we worked out a lot together. He was basically my partner for workout, which is great because I can always count on him to be there to do a workout at any time in the day. So we were in the weight room a lot. That was our main focus. We just wanted to get as strong as we could because that can really give you an edge when you're at a weight class. If you can be stronger than everyone else, it helps a lot. So that was the main focus, and then just wrestle as much as we could and just try to keep improving our technique and our skill.
And I know Andrew had talked about, he worked a couple camps and, was saying that in Naperville it's pretty easy to find different partners to be able to work with. What kind of different workout does it give you when you're maybe working with a couple different guys in the off season?
It's really nice because you can kind of get a feel for a bunch of different guys and kind of get new looks for everything. You're not kind of stuck with the same guy where you get kind of bored and kind of limits what you can do. So when you have all those guys that you can work out with, it kind of opens up your options and lets you kind of expand what you're going to do.
Definitely. And Coach, I know when talking to a couple of the guys, they both kind of echoed the same sentiment that, this is more than a sport, it's really a lifestyle. Is that what you are glad to hear from these guys?
Yeah, definitely. If you wanna be successful with the sport of wrestling, it is a lifestyle. It's not something that you do for 19 weeks of the season and then you're done with it. Mm-hmm. You can, but you're not gonna have the success that somebody that is making it a lifestyle.
Kind of one of those things where maybe not necessarily you don't really win the matches on Saturday, you kind of win it during the week.
That's very true. Very true. And not even during the week, it's months before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just preparation.
And Nathan, you look at this wrestling team, obviously a sport that's very individual based with all the matches that you guys do, adding up the team points, just like any of the other individual sports. But what's this team dynamic like with you guys kind of outside of practices and meets?
The one thing that we've tried to do since I was a freshman is kind of develop that whole family aspect where we're kind of just more than a team. So we're always trying to be around each other and hang out with each other outside of the room, inside the room, just kind of spend as much time as we can together because, we don't have a lot of free time at this point in the year because, wrestling is a lifestyle. You have to be fully committed to it. So it's nice to have those people around you all the time because they know what you're going through. You can relate to them, and it's just kind of a comfortable environment to have those people around.
Definitely. Well, being around this Cardinal team, you hear the word family thrown around quite a bit. And unlike with some other programs, it's more than just lip service in this week's Cardinal Corner. It's a cliche used by many teams that cite team chemistry as a key to their success. The team as a family. But for the North Central Wrestlers, it rings true. 133-pound sophomore Nathan Fitzenreider is the fourth in his family to grapple for the Cardinals. Older brothers Adam, Noah, and Jason paved the way for the youngest brother to thrive immediately in Naperville.
Even coming in, with my freshman year, I was felt like I already been going to school here because I've been here so much with all my family and my brothers that were here. So it was an easy transition to come here, which was really nice.
Cardinal Athletic Director Jim Miller coached the first 3 Fitzenreiders when he was at the helm of the Cardinal wrestling program. He says one good experience set the stage for the rest of the family.
Adam had a good experience. Even though ironically he didn't start, we were able to get Noah, who was 3rd in state, and then Jason, who was 2nd in state, and then Nathan, who is obviously having a heck of a career and ranked 2nd in the country right now.
And the Fitzenreiders aren't the only dynasty to come through Nichols Gymnasium. The Ewell brothers, both Gabe and Ben, ranked 1st and 3rd respectively in school history and wins. Some of that success can be attributed to having a familiar face at practice, even if they went at it differently on game day.
They had different styles. Ben was an aggressive, in-your-face, methodical type, and Gabe was a freelance, kind of free-spirited type of wrestler who could score at any position.
It definitely helps to have that connection on your team and have a guy that knows you and you can work out with every day. So, I mean, I love coaching with my brother, like I said, and it's a good experience for us.
Bratland should know. The North Central assistant coaches with Cardinal head coach and older brother Kevin Bratland after the two wrestled together at Wartburg. He says the two's familiarity makes for a better coaching environment.
One, we know each other, we've wrestled with each other for so long, and we sort of fit together well. We feed off each other. I bring things that he doesn't bring, and he brings things that I don't have. And during different matches, we can see, like, I'll be like, hey, we need to do this, and then he'll come up to me and see something that I don't see.
The Cardinal wrestling families have even set up a defense system for brothers and non-siblings alike.
It's nice to have that support base, and they all still show up to the meets and come and support us, so it's just nice to have all those families combined into one. It's like having one big family.
Billy, what's it like to be on this team when you guys have some brothers? I know you were around when the Ewells were here, and with some of the Fitzenreiders as well, and you got a couple brother coaches. What's that dynamic like when you see these guys interact?
I don't know. It's pretty interesting because they do act like a family, like a lot. We'll get to each other, start snipping a little bit. It's all in good fun, though.
Maybe a couple scuffles in the wrestling room aside from maybe some extracurricular stuff?
No more than usual. It's fine.
And Coach, you see a lot of father and son coaches, but it's not often that you see two brothers on the same staff. What's it like working with your brother Carl as one of your assistants?
I think it's great as far as just a trust issue. You not that I don't trust my other coaches, but you know you can trust your family. You know that you can count on them for if something needs to be done. And he knows if I want something to be done, he knows how to do it right. It just kind of goes to another level of trust, I think. I think it's fun, kind of like we wrestled in the same high school team, we're on the same college team. So it's just, my family is always as far as like my parents, and I have another brother, an older brother, that's older than both of us, and wrestling has just been a big part of our lives, so we're just kind of like, I guess, dragging it on now into adulthood.
Just a natural progression.
Yeah.
Nathan, I know you guys did a lot of work off the mat earlier this season as far as doing a fundraiser for cancer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
A teammate of ours, Sean Tomek, had this idea last year that we could make shoelaces to sponsor our cancer, and then we all would have a company sponsor us and donate money for whether they just want to donate a large sum or amount per matches you win or whatever deal you had with them. So we just thought it was another way that we can get involved, because we always do relay, but we wanted to take it a step farther and do something that would really stand out and really put that extra effort in towards helping cancer, because that's a big thing that we care about and want to help.
What were your shoelaces for you this year?
I chose pink for breast cancer because my aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she actually is fine now. She made it through, so that was good. So that was the main reason why I chose that. I wanted to support her.
Good to hear. Well, Billy, looking at this team, you guys got about 3-4 weeks before postseason. What are some things that you as a wrestler individually need to work on, and as you see some of these younger guys that really need to hammer home before the home stretch?
At this point, it just comes down to fight. Pretty much every match, you got to be ready to go, because it could be your last one of the year if you're not. It's pretty much what needs to be hammered home at this point.
And Coach kind of said in the first segment that, at this time of year, it seems like guys start to get some other ideas in their head and outthink themselves. Is that kind of a case where you guys just need to stick to what you're doing and do it hard?
Yeah, stay the course. If it's been working for you, there's no reason. If it's not broke, don't fix it, pretty much. And if it is a little broken, then you need to repair it and get it ready and get ready to go with it.
And Nathan, I'm sure you guys want to send off this group of seniors with a pretty big finish here. What would a successful finish be?
I mean, realistically, I think we can get 5 guys to nationals, and that would be huge. I mean, that'd be a great success for our team. And you know as well as I do, once you're there, anything can happen, which that's the interesting part. So, I mean, the hardest part is just getting there, which I'd like to see. I mean, I'd like to see everyone on our team get there. But especially for those seniors, it's their last year. They all put in the time, the effort, and I'm going to like to see if they get there.
Well, guys, it's been fun today. We appreciate you coming by, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We've still got much more Cardinal Report after this short break. Cartusha will join us to give a full update on the whole of Cardinal athletics when we come back.